Hey everyone, today I will discuss about the physical security of our subject LEA 3. Physical security, as earlier discussed, is the broadest branch at security, which is actually a system of barriers placed potential intruders and matters protected. And physical security is concerned with the physical measures adopted to prevent unauthorized access to equipment, facilities, materials, and documents, and to safeguard them against espionage, sabotage, damage, and the fit. It also encompasses protection of person from any criminal act. So physical barriers can help us to protect our family, ourselves, and to prevent criminal actions. And this is the principles of physical security. In every establishment, physical measures are needed to deny unauthorized access or intrusion because of the following. Number one example is enemy agents must access. Acquisition of information is the ultimate result, and the means of the information is obtained. And number two, there is no impenetrable barrier for unfriendly government or organization. They are willing to devote enough time, money, personnel, material, and imagination in passing through barriers. Especially physical security attempts to build defense by using a certain barrier. So they use certain barrier. And number three, superstitious versus non-superstitious entity. The possibility or superstitious entry is the greatest hazard from standpoint of counterintelligence security because it is usually difficult to determine the information has been compromised. And number four, each installation is different. Since installation is the security procedures will not be adequate for all installation. And B, barriers defined. Barriers refer to any physical structure, whether natural or man-made, capable of restriction, deterring, and any or preventing illegal and unauthorized access to installation. And letter C, two general types of physical security barriers. Number one example, natural barriers. These are offered by nature which could distract or delay the passageway of potential intruders. This also refer to natural structures that serve as deterrents of obstructions to intruders. This also refers to natural structures that serve as deterrents or obstructions in intruders, such as high cliff, canyon, desert, or the bodies of water. Two, man-made barriers. These are structural constructions like fences, walls, gates, grills, bars, floors, roadblocks, or other physical means to deter or immediate penetration. And D, the last one, specific type of physical type of physical security barriers is natural barrier, structural barrier, human barrier, animal barrier, energy barrier, levels of physical security. And that's all about the physical barriers. And the next is physical security, types of lighting equipment. Number 1, foods are used for outdoor security lighting, including the illumination of boundaries, fences, and buildings. Number 2, street light produce diffuse lights rather than directional beam. They are widely used in pairing across. Number 3, searchlights are incandescents that provide a type of crime-related lighting systems. Lighting applications, lighting system. These are the physical security that needed to be installed into our house. So number 1, lighting application, lighting system. 1, fence perimeter lighting is used illuminate the fence itself and the area beyond it. Its objectives is to reveal an intruder's approach and produce glare toward him. It can be difficult to apply because it may create insane or hazard. Next, number 2, area lighting is used in a building face perimeter and sees face building on which 20 feet. Example, flood lighting is used to cast a strong light on the walls of buildings so that intruders are visible either in itself as by shadow which they cast. And 4, gatehouse lighting is installed and active entrance for pedestrian and vehicle to facilitate complete inspection of passengers, cars, trucks, and freight as well as their contents as passengers. And number 5, topping up lighting is used to illuminate dark across the adequately lit area or flood lighting, protective alarms. And this is the last example of the physical security, the types of lighting equipment. The example is, as I use in these lessons and uniforms, understanding the following are defined. Alarm synonyms to warning to imminent danger. Protective alarm, it is an alarm or visual sign given by the evacuator to security guard when intruder actuals device in a source area. Next, module 3.1, the security guard forces. So a security guard force, it is a group of 4 selected men trained and grouped into functional unit for those purpose of protecting operational process from those disruptions which would efficiency or that operation at a particular plant, facility, installation, or special activity. And here is an example of an RA 4587 example. Provided for those organization and management of security guard forces, designs for specific organizations and purposes. And the three security guard force are the following. 1. Private Security Agency, PSA. Example, PSA, Private Security Agency, refers to any person, association, partnership, firm, or private corporation with contacts, recruits, trains, furnishes, or posts and any security guard to do its functions or solicit individuals, business, firms, or private, public or government owned as controlled corporations to engage he its service or those of he its security guards for hire, commission, or compensation. Next, number 2, Company Security Force or CSF is a security force maintained and operated by any private company or corporation for its own security. Requirements only Government Security Unit and or GSU. GSU is a security unit maintained and operated by any government entity other than military, and a police which is established and maintained for the purpose of securing the office or compound and extension of such government entity. And the next is example, the Philippine Association of Detective and Protective Agency Operators, INC, or in short is PADPAO. This is the National Association of Licensed Security Agencies and Company Security Forces. This was established as early as 1958 purposely for the self-regulation of all security agencies. And letter C, License to Operate, LTO. LTO is the document issued by the CPNP or his duly authorized representative authorizing a person to engage in the act of option, calling, or employment as security guard or detectives, or a juridical person to establish, engage, direct, manage, or operate individual or private detective agency or private security agency, company security force after payments of the prescribed dues or fees. So the last example is the application of license. New applicants for PSA license shall obtain a minimum capitalization of 1 million only and a minimum bank deposit. 2. Where to file? Where to file is to the office of the CPNP through the SAGSD from 02 to 94 respectively. And the last is application form of license to operate. The application shall contain full name of the applicant, his age, civil status, and residence and local location, and his business. In case of cooperation, association, or partnership, copies of the following shall be appended. The next is the Module 3, Lesson 3.2. The Security Personnel Qualifications, Firearms, and Equipment Concept. And this are the examples of the security personnel qualifications. A. Definition of terminologies. 1. Person. This includes that proprietorships, partnerships, corporations, companies, or associations duly organized and registered with Securities and Exchange Commissions or the Department of Trade and Industry. 2. Security guard, also known as private security guard. Watchman shall include any person who offers or renders personal service to watch or secure either a residence or business establishment or both buildings, any employee of the natural of local governments, agencies, or instrumentalities thereof and on governmental buildings, compounds, premises, and other properties other than members of the AFP, BGMP, PNP, or of any other law enforcement agency of the government. 3. Private detective refers to any person who does delictive work of higher reward or commissions other than members of the AFP, BGMP, Personal Bodyguards, PNP, or any law enforcement agency of the government. 4. License to exercise professions or license certificate. The document issued by the CPNP or duly unauthorized representative and authorized representative recognizing a person to be qualified to perform his duties as security guard or detective. B. Qualification of security guard and security officers. The minimum qualification of security guards, security officers, and security consultants are stated below. Another example. 1. Basic requisites for security guards. No person shall be licensed as security guard unless he passes the following qualifications. Here is the qualifications of the security guards. Use of firearms and equipment. 1. Possession of firearm FA by PSA after complying all the requirements. PSAs are entitled to possess firearms of any of the following. First of all is the letter A. Shotguns not higher than 12 gauges. B. Lower power rifle or revolvers caliber 22, caliber 38 pistols or revolvers not exceeding 1 FA for every 2 security guard units empty. D. Minimum numbers of firearms. Number 1. PSA with 100 guards, at least 30 pieces of licensed firearms in proportion to the number of posted guards. 2. For regular license to operate LTO application, at least 70 pieces of firearms. 3. Use of firearms for private detective agency shall be optional. 2. Restoration at possess certain caliber of firearms. The total number of the prescribed high-powered firearms shall not exceed 10% of the total numbers of guards employed. Private security agencies are not allowed possess high-caliber guns, firearms, such as carbine, M16, caliber 45, center the Magnum, Cal 41 and 44, and high-caliber firearms, except when such private PSA, CSF is operating in areas where there is an upsurge of lawlessness and criminality. Exception is granted by CPNP or Regional Director of Regional Police Office under the following conditions. So here's the condition of the of firearms and equipments. A. Acquisitive of the high proceed firearm should be at expense of the PSA CSF covenant. Before the firearms are issued, the same should be registered with the PNP, FED, and C. The security personnel who will use such firearms shall first be given adequate training in the case and use thereof, which will be under the supervision at qualified officers and men of the PNP. B. ROTC Advanced Basic Graduates and or its equivalent in the AFP, PNP, CAFGO, CHDF. 4. Qualifications of a private detective. No person shall be licensed as a private detective unless he passes any of the following qualifications. A. Holder of baccalaureate degree or Bachelor of Law or BS Criminology graduate or graduate of Criminal Investigation. Course offered by the school or detective training with the authorized recognized training center for security guard or D. Advanced Reservist Officers Training Course of Citizen Military Training Course ROTC CMT graduate. Qualifications for security officer. No person shall be licensed as security officer unless he has the following qualifications. A. Filipino citizen. B. Holder of baccalaureate degrees. C. Physical and mentally fit. D. Has graduated from a security officer training course. E. Retired personnel of the PNP, AFP, and F must not possess any of the disqualification enumerated in Sec 2, Rule 11. And the last is the qualification of security consultant. No person shall be licensed as security consultant unless, in addition to those prescribed in Sec 5 of this rule, passes and any of the holder of master's degree in either criminology, public administration, MNSA, industrial administration, or law, or must have at least 10 years experience in the operation and management of security business. And next is the Module 3, Lesson 3.3, Uniform, Equipment, and Paraphernalia Concept. A. 1. Uniform for males, it shall consist of service shirt, service trousers, service belt, and footwear. Uniform shall be made of fast navy blue, thick fabric for trouser for daily security officers wear and for service field perimeter guards, while a choice of A. Example: A. Light blue and white service shirts for guards for PSA. These are the examples of uniform, equipment, and paraphernalia concept. Light gray for security company security force and white for government security unit. Further, the following shall be observed as part uniform of security personnel. Here is the explanation of this uniform, equipment, and paraphernalia concept. Headgear for daily wear: Pershing cap, fast navy blue with gold strap, black octagon, nylon net top, and prescribed metal cap device. For ceremonial purposes, Service bash jacket. It shall be worn only by directional and staff officers of agency. Service shirt for security officers. Service uniform. Number 1. Service uniform. Private security guard, fast navy blue. Company security force, light gray. C. Government security unit, white. And number 2. Field uniform, optional for cold weather only. PSA, long sleeves and detachable hoods. CSF, same for PSA but color is white. GSU, same with PSA except the color is white. Gala uniform, for ceremonial purpose only and at the expense of the establishment conducting the ceremonies. 1. Pershing cap. 2. Blouse shall be tailored as an open coat, long sleeves. It shall have shoulder straps, and guard officers shall wear shoulder boards with the authorized rank design. 3. Buttons. 4 big brass buttons to close dress and 4 small buttons for the pockets. Number 4. Shirt white, long sleeves. 5. Necktie shall conform for the color of the blouses, 5 centimeters wide. Number 6. Trousers, same design and material as the service trousers. A. Service trouser that navy blue straight cut, slanted pockets and 2 black pockets without flaps. B. Service belt, leather measuring 4 and 1/2 centimeters in width. C. Footwear, service shoes, black leather shoes with rubber heels and sole. Rubber rain boots, optional as the nature of the post required. 2. Uniform for females. It shall be made of thick fabric and it shall consist of a modified overseas cap too. 2. 2 ply similar to the women police service skirts, palda, and blouse, service belt and black leather shoes. A. Headgear, fast navy blue 2 ply cap without piping but with the regulations cap device. B. Service shirt, PSA, fast navy blue, light blue or white, thick fabric, short sleeves, shoulder straps, 2 breast pockets with cover flaps and navy blue front buttons shrunk in. Number 2. CSF sewn in similar manner as of the PSA except that the shirting material shall be fabric light gray in color. 3. GSU, similarly seen but shall be white fabric. Example: service trousers, fast navy blue, thick fabric trousers, straight cut with slanted side pocket and 2 back pocket without cover flaps. It may be worn during night duty, inclement weather. D. Service skirt, optional, navy blue A-line skirt with 2 front side pockets. It may be worn indoors. Letter E. Service belt, leather and it shall be used pistol belt measuring 4 and 1/2 centimeters in width. F. Footwear. 1. Service shoes, plain black shoes of toe cut rubber soles and heel, maximum of 5 centimeters, and black shoes laces. Rubber rain boots black, optional as the nature of poso requires. And 3. Ornaments and patches. A. National badge. B. Cap device brass shall be attached on the Pershing cap of officers. C. Regulation buckle with agency name. D. Collar device. C. Name cloth shall consist of embroidered navy blue black letter surname and initials of the first and middle names on yellow background with the borderline. The name shall be preceded by the word SG. The letter shall be 1.5 centimeters in height, and the name cloth shall be sewn on the right pocket. F. Agency unit name cloth similarly sewn as the name cloth. G. Equipment and paraphernalia. Service bash jacket. It shall be worn only by directional and staff officers of agency. Service shirt for security officers. Service uniform. Number 1. Service uniform. Private security guard, fast navy blue. Company security force, light gray. C. Government security unit, white. And number 2. Field uniform, optional for cold weather only. PSA, long sleeves and detachable hoods. CSF, same for PSA but color is white. GSU, same with PSA except the color is white. Gala uniform, for ceremonial purpose only and at the expense of the establishment conducting the ceremonies. 1. Pershing cap. 2. Blouse shall be tailored as an open coat, long sleeves. It shall have shoulder straps, and guard officers shall wear shoulder boards with the authorized rank design. 3. Buttons. 4 big brass buttons to close dress and 4 small buttons for the pockets. Number 4. Shirt white, long sleeves. 5. Necktie shall conform for the color of the blouses, 5 centimeters wide. Number 6. Trousers, same design and material as the service trousers. A. Service trouser that navy blue straight cut slanted pockets and 2 black pockets without flaps. B. Service belt, leather measuring 4.5 centimeters in width. C. Footwear, service shoes, black leather shoes with rubber heels and sole. Rubber rain boots, optional as the nature of the post required. 2. Uniform for females. It shall be made of thick fabric, and it shall consist of a modified overseas cap too. 2. 2 ply similar to the women police service skirts, palda, and blouse, service belt, and black leather shoes. A. Headgear, fast navy blue 2 ply cap without piping but with the regulations cap device. B. Service shirt. PCA fast navy blue, light blue or white, thick fabric, short sleeves. Shoulder straps, 2 breast pockets with cover flaps and navy blue front buttons shrunk in. Number 2. CSF sewn in similar manner as of the PC except that the shirting material shall be fabric light gray in color. 3. GSU similarly seen but shall be white fabric. Example: service trousers fast navy blue thick fabric trousers straight cut with slanted side pocket and 2 back pocket without cover flaps. It may be worn during night duty, inclement weather. D. Service skirt optional. Navy blue A-line skirt with 2 front side pockets. It may be worn indoors. Letter E. Service belt. Leather and it shall be used pistol belt measuring form and 1/2 centimeters in width. F. Footwear. 1. Service shoes. Plain black shoes of toe cut rubber soles and heel. Maximum of 5 centimeters and black shoes laces. Rubber in boots black optional as the nature of post so requires. And 3. Ornaments and patches. A. National badge. B. Cap device brass shall be attached on the pershing cap of officers. C. Regulation buckle with agency name. D. Collar device. C. Name cloth shall consist of embroidered navy blue black letter surname and initials of the first and middle names on yellow background with the borderline. The name shall be preceded by the word SG. The letter shall be 1 and 1/2 centimeters in height and the name cloth shall be sewn on the right pocket. F. Agency unit name cloth similarly sewn as the name cloth. G. Equipment and paraphernalia. E. Implements policies promulgated by the policy marking body and executive by the President. F. He directs, controls, and supervises all offices and field units of the force in their respective assigned task. G. He performs other functions as directed by the President of the company or corporation. Number 2. Office of the Executive Secretary of the General Manager. Example, letter A. He is the principal administrative assistant of the General Manager, Security Director. B. He prepares communications initiated by the General Manager, Security Director. Number 12. Shift in charge. Shift in charge, SIC. Example A. The shift in charge shall be responsible to the detachment commander as far as his shift is concerned. B. He informs his men at least 30 minutes before posting time, seeing that all are in proper uniform and presentable. C. He disseminates instructions coming from his detachment commander OIC or those relayed to him by his counterpart, the outgoing SIC. D. He inspects the post as often as he can to ensure that his men are on the alert and performing their duties effectively. E. He performs other duties as may directed by the detachment commander or by the ADC. Number 13. Security guard on duty post. Example A. Letter A. The security guard SG on duty post must always carry his license to practice his professions. Xerox copy of the firearms license assigned to him, and his duty detail order authorizing him to carry his issued firearm within his area of jurisdiction. If the security guard is manning a fixed post, especially in entrance or exit points, he must maintain a guard's logbook and enters in the same logbook all events, passages of VIPs, vehicles, and inspections or visits of security manager, director of the client firm. Guards must observe and apply religiously the provisions of the Code of Ethics, Code of Conduct, and the general orders of the security guard when post. He may perform special tasks as may directed by his chief supervisor. DC and or ADC like control of visitors, inspections of bags, persons coming and going out of the establishment, vehicle cargoes of prevents the intrusions of unauthorized persons in particular area, etc. And the last is the D. Powers and functions. Security guards have the following powers and duties. Example number 1. Territorial power. Perform duties within the firm or establishment with whom he or his agency has contract for this office. Also tasks as conduct and covert inspection and investigation and other related services. And that's all about the basis, positions, staffing patterns, and job description.